Hello, my name is Christian Sanderson, and I'm going to be talking about the country of Trinidad and Tobago. So first off, the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is located on two islands in the Caribbean Sea, off the east coast of Venezuela. The area of Trinidad is 1,864 square miles, and Tobago's area is 116 square miles. Combined, the area is slightly smaller than what the state of Delaware is. Tobago is about 20 miles from the island of Trinidad, and the nearest neighboring country to the islands is Venezuela, which is about 7 miles away. The estimated population in Trinidad and Tobago is about 1.38 million, which really hasn't changed from the population in 2000, which was 1.26 million. The country is growing at a rate of just 0.3% per year. And 96% of the population lives on Trinidad, while 4% live on Tobago. The type of government that Trinidad follows is a parliamentary democracy. So it's patterned after the United Kingdom, and the government functions through three branches, which are the executive, legislative, and judicial. The president is elected for a 5-year term by an electoral college, which is composed of the bicameral parliament. And then the prime minister is appointed by the president. As far as religion goes in Trinidad, about 32% of the population is Protestant Christians, and then about 21% is Roman Catholics. But their religion is very diverse. Hindus comprise about 18%. But there's also Muslims, Jehovah's Witnesses. So some things that I found to be interesting about the culture is, one, I think something that's really interesting is Carnival, which is like a big celebration that they have. There's like parties in the streets, and people get dressed up in these elaborate costumes, and they go listen to music. It was first introduced by the French, and it's one of the biggest public celebrations in the island. Originally, it was celebrated by the elite class, but it spread to the entire population after the abolition of slavery in 1838. As far as food goes in Trinidad, there is a wide range of different foods. And there's kind of a mix of Indian, African, Arabian, European, Creole, Cajun, Spanish, Chinese, and other influences. There's things like curried chicken, chana, which is chickpeas, roti, which is like an Indian flatbread, and then white rice. And these are examples of typical Indian dishes that are consumed. Stewed chicken, red beans, homemade ginger beer, fried plantains are all part of the Creole cuisine that is consumed there. And then chow mein is a popular Chinese dish in the country. Moving on to music, there's something called calypso music, which is a style of music that originated in the nation. It is an Afro-Caribbean music style that spread from the country to other parts of the Caribbean and Venezuela. Its origin has been traced back to the arrival of African slaves with the French planters in the 18th century. Another music style that has evolved in Trinidad and Tobago is soca, which is like a blend of Indian music and rhythms with the calypso. There's also something called steel pan music, where there's like these big round pans and they beat on them almost like drums, but I'll insert a picture so you can see. Tradition and family values. Trinidadian women in Trinidad and Tobago kind of enjoy, to some degree, like holding dominance in their households. They're often head of the household. Women also do really well in the educational sector, but they still earn less than men, especially like in private industries. So marriage practices can vary in Trinidad and Tobago. Often Afro-Trinidadians go through 3 stages of a relationship, followed by common law marriages, and then finally formal marriage. The trend of arranged marriages in the Indian community is starting to be replaced by the increased propensity of young Indians to enter into those relationships. In conclusion, I definitely discovered some really interesting things. I think it's really interesting how there's 2 islands, but they're connected. Until I really looked geographically at a map, I didn't realize how far away Trinidad and Tobago was from the United States. But of course, it's in the Caribbean. It's beautiful. There's beautiful beaches. I think the practice of carnival is really fun and really cool to see all the costumes and everything. I think it would be a great experience to one day get to do that. Overall, I think it's a fascinating culture, and it's one that I have just recently been introduced to and I hope to learn more about. So thank you so much and have a great day.